Welcome to Hitman Boxing. Hit that like and subscribe button. Also, hit that bell icon so you know when I'm dropping content. Now, we already know the narrative. Deontay Wilder says he wants 50-50. He wants a 50-50 split in terms of making a fight with Anthony Joshua. He feels as if he is the biggest heavyweight in all of boxing today. He feels like he is the most searched for fighter in all of boxing. He feels like he holds the most prestigious title in all of boxing. Now, we can break this down in many different ways, as you know, the majority of us do, who have some sense and who are logical. But there's a lot of people out there who just try to pretend like Deontay Wilder is this mega superstar that's worth $5 billion a fight when he's really not. When a guy is talking about being the biggest star in the sport of boxing and all he's making is $2 to $3 million a fight, when his counterpart's making triple, 5, 6 times that amount, fighting over in another country. It's funny to me how this guy thinks he's that dude. But there's only one way for him to become that dude, and that's for him to beat the man. To beat a man, you got to beat the man, right? Ric Flair. So Deontay Wilder has got to understand, he's got to realize that no one's budging on this 50-50 shit because you're not worth 50-50 in any situation, all right? You don't deserve it. Look at your overall body of work. In comparison to Anthony Joshua, it doesn't add up. You have too many bums on your record. You've sought out bum fights your entire career, and this is what it's gotten you. It's gotten you the B-side at the negotiation table. Only recently have you tried to, how can I say this? Only recently have you tried to test yourself. Yes, of course, there was that issue with Povetkin, and then that fight fell through, and the next guy, the Polish guy, you know, pop dirty for steroids, right? I don't deny that. But you also, you know, you fought Luis Ortiz. He failed the drug test. Then you ended up fighting Bermane Stavern for a second time, which was very entertaining, I must add. But after that, you fought Luis Ortiz. You know, you went life and death with the guy. You ended up stopping him, knocking him out. Great. Then you cherry-picked Tyson Fury. Listen, it was a cherry pick. The guy hadn't been in a big fight in like 2 years. He was coming off of a cocaine binge, okay? A drug binge, suicidal ideation, fighting two young-ass little kids, little-ass cruiserweights who did not prepare him for a Deontay Wilder fight. But what happened was that fight backfired on you because you got outboxed the entire fight. Aside from them 2 knockdowns, which saved you from losing the fight, you got a draw, okay? When you have a draw, that means your record has a blemish on it. You're never going to be 50-0. If you ever get to 50 wins, no losses, you're still going to have that draw, and your shit looks trash with that draw, all right? So Tyson Fury tricked your dumb ass into fighting you, and then he got this big-ass contract from Top Rank, and now he's ducking you, and you're upset. Anthony Joshua making all his fucking money over in the UK. Now he's bringing his shit over to the US, fighting Jarrell Miller. No, I'm not excited about that shit, but still, he's making more fucking money than you. And people are searching for you because they want to know what the fuck your problem is. They want to know why you turned down $100 million to take on the biggest fight of your life twice, 3 fights. Dominic Brazil was bundled in. You was going to fight him anyway, right? You fight Dominic Brazil, you beat his ass, knock his ass out, and then you got your 2 money fights. And then you're free. You're not free with the people you're with right now, your handlers. It seems like they decide what you do and what you don't do. You know, Shelly Fetus, He seems to tell you what to do, right? You say you want to be, you say you're with the same people who helped progress Floyd Mayweather's career. You're not Floyd Mayweather, okay? You're not him. You're not a pay-per-view star. You're not a global icon. People don't want to be you, Deontay Wilder, all right? The thing is, why are you worried about what the next man is getting at the negotiation? Why are you worried about it? He tried to bring up this analogy, oh, well, if Anthony Joshua gets $3 and I only get $1, then that's not fair. Like, listen, man, there's an A side, a clear A side, and then there's a B side, right? You used to be the C side anyway. Now you're the B side, okay? You know, I do commend you for getting your name out there a little bit more than normal, but still, you're small potatoes, fam. Like, you're not the A side. When you're not the A side, you don't get a chance to dictate terms, unfortunately. That's just how it works. You're going to get paid. Before, and I've heard you say this numerous times, it's not about the money. It's about your legacy. But now it's not about your legacy. It's about the money. I mean, what is it, man? Like, too much conflicting information here for me. It's way too much conflicting information. I can't trust Deontay Wilder. If I can't take him at his word, then what good is he? He tells us one thing, does another, says he wants to fight, doesn't take the fight when offered large sums of money, like 80 times his best payday. You know what I mean? It just doesn't add up. And that's what I try to convey on this channel. But people just don't get it. I get you're a Deontay Wilder fanboy, but you got to be logical about this shit, okay? Be logical. What's going to end up happening is these two dudes are going to get old, and then they're going to fight. And it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. Or Hearn and his team are going to have to concede and give this idiot 50%. You know what? He's probably not even going to take 50%. Like, in a couple years, he's probably not even going to want 50-50. Or a year or two from now. Hell, I'd be surprised by the end of the year, he probably won 60-40. He'll probably want more than Anthony Joshua and still will have not accomplished as much or more as Anthony Joshua. Like, the guy's talking about fighting Vladimir Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko, what sense does that make right now? What sense does it make to fight Vladimir Klitschko in a time when you're trying to prove that you're the best heavyweight in the division? You know, you're going to fight another guy coming off of a layoff, but he's coming off of 2 losses. He's old as shit. I don't care how in shape Vladimir Klitschko is right now. He's got great fucking hair, all right? He uses Just for Men, and this is the guy you want to fight. Does that make any sense to anybody out there? Does it? And what happens when you knock out Vladimir Klitschko? What are your fans going to, oh my God, it was the best fight I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God, Deontay Wilder is the best heavyweight in the last 30, 40 years. Oh my God, Deontay Wilder was he can knock out Jack Johnson and Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis. George Foreman, he would have beat Ali in his prime. That's how these dudes sound. And I don't get it. Be logical about this shit. Just use your brain. Look, Deontay Wilder, he don't got to take the $100 million. But you know what? If you don't fight Anthony Joshua, then he can never be the #1 heavyweight in all of boxing. He'll never be #1 at heavyweight. He won't. Hitman Boxing, drop a comment, like the video, subscribe. Let me know what you think about Deontay Wilder wasting everyone's time with this 50-50 talk, thinking that the playing field is leveled here when it's not. He doesn't deserve 50-50. If we're looking at his body of work, what he's accomplished, his star power, his drawing ability, like, he couldn't draw water from a well. You understand? I don't think y'all really understand the complexity of the situation. Deontay Wilder is not popping like that. He's not. The thing about Anthony Joshua is he's popping over in the UK, and now he's coming over to another fucking country to try to take over that shit. Like, come on. It seems pretty obvious to me who the A side and who the B side is in this situation. Now I'm really going to end this video. I'm out.